got a PR under 3 hours and 7 minutes. Hi everyone, this is Chris. Thanks for watching the video. So as you see the title, this is a recap of the Vancouver BMO marathon for 2022. It's been a week since the marathon, so today is Sunday, May 8th. I'm recording. So I want to make this video just a quick, like I said, recap, a highlight of my thoughts of the marathon, what I was thinking as I ran through it and my experience. So yeah, let's start this. So I'm from Seattle. You may not know, so it's about a 2-hour drive from here to the Canadian border and another 20-30 minutes to Vancouver from the border. So we left here in the morning, early morning. We got there around 9-10 a.m. We went and grabbed something to eat at the Granville Island, and then we moved to the convention center, Vancouver Convention Center, where you got to pick up your bib. It was pretty simple. You just provide your bib number and your identification, and then you walked into the expo. The expo, they were selling the typical things like running gear, shoes, socks, belts, hats, shirts, shoes, and they were giving away some free stuff, some creams for massaging afterwards, some hydration pills, some other things to drink, some snacks, and that's where you also got to get your t-shirt. You also got a subway ticket, so if you're staying downtown, you can take the subway to the starting line, which is at Queen Elizabeth Park, which is quite a few miles away. So you definitely need to take the subway. So they gave you one for free, and they had some other things there to entertain you, to motivate you. So right after that, we went, checked into the hotel, and just went to grab some dinner. I went to Subway, just grabbed a sandwich, nothing spicy, no oils, nothing fatty. It was just a sandwich with turkey and some veggies, and that was it. I just try to have my stomach ready for the next morning. And the race started pretty late. It was supposed to start at 8:30, but ended up starting close to 9:15 due to some incidents. I believe they reported that there was some sort of suspicious bag on the course, so that delayed the race for the half marathon, which was right before us. So instead of 8:30, we started at around 9:12, about so. It was a little bit past 9:10. So we started running. I felt great. I actually was a little tired, I think lack of sleep. I'm also doing my graduate program, and this was the last week of the semester, so I was trying to also do my homework while I was at the hotel that night, preparing, trying to make sure I didn't fall behind. So I was a little tired from lack of sleep, but my body felt great. I knew I was in shape. I trained for 10 weeks and followed my plan. So I started great, but there was a lot of people passing me in the beginning. I was surprised how many people were going much faster than I was, but I try to focus on myself, on what I know, how fast I should run and push myself. So I just kept the pace, and I kept it throughout. The beginning was descending, sort of downhill. The course overall was descending. There was a few climbs here and there. It was a little wavy, but I think gradually it was going down. There were more downhills than climbs, which helped my time, and I think that's why a lot of people were going super fast. Halfway point, I felt great. I was keeping the same speed. I think my watch said I was about a 7-minute 10-second mile pace. It was right around mile, I'll say 17, 18. I noticed that I was starting to pass people, a lot of people who were passing me in the beginning. I think they went a little bit too hard. From my results I went from in the mid 200s in ranking. I think I was at 274, then 274 and 230, but I think I ended up finishing 168 out of almost 5,900 people. So the way they split it up, your time, you can see for every about 10 kilometers or so, where you're ranking, how was your split, your time. So I can see myself gradually getting, not necessarily getting faster, but catching up to people and passing them. So I think that's what happened. A lot of people went hard because of the downhills. During the course, they provided some noon water and regular water. There were 3 stops where they provided some food, which were Gatorade gels, gummies. I packed myself 2 goo gels, chocolate and vanilla, and I always take 2 at least, because I know most courses provide goo gels or Stingrays or those Gatorade energy gels, gummies. So I always take my 2, and then I take an additional 1 or 2 from the course. So I did that. It helped my energy. It helped me get faster, not necessarily get faster, but maintain my pace. My splits were pretty consistent. And I was pretty ecstatic when I was, arriving into Vancouver. Since you start at Queen Elizabeth Park, you go all the way west to the water, and you loop around 2 parks. I forgot the name of the first park, but you're running next to the water, and all very greenery. And then you cross a bridge, and you go into Stanley Park, and you run all on the side next to the beach. And you basically end up running into downtown Vancouver. The support was great. It was a very large, wide path lane, so they had a lot of people on the sides cheering you on as you arrived. And I was arriving, the photographer who were taking pictures captured me passing by, because I saw as I was crossing the finish line that the time said 3 hours 6 minutes and 55 seconds, I believe. So what that means is that I actually qualified to run the Chicago Marathon for 2023, which has been one of my goals, to run Chicago first, and then to qualify for Boston and New York to run under 3 hours. Because of my age group, I'm between 18 and 35, so I have to finish under 3 hours. But finishing under 3:10, it was great. I felt ecstatic. It was one of the goals I set for myself when I started running early last year, and this being my 4th marathon overall, I thought it was pretty good progress that I've made. I've gone faster in every race, and I know I shouldn't expect that, and I was not expecting that in this race, but it happened. I'm not going to complain. My first marathon, it was last June. It was 3 hours and 23 minutes. And then I ran Portland, which was about 3 hours and 17 minutes. And Honolulu was 3 hours and a little under 11 minutes. And then this race was 3 hours, 6 minutes, and 50 seconds officially, based on the chip time when I crossed the starting line and the finish line. So the race was overall great. Very well supported on the streets. There's very small instances where you were by yourself and there was nobody around. There was way more people on the streets than Portland and also Honolulu. The Snoqualmie one, my first one, it's in the middle of a trail, so there's possibly no way for people to be on the road to cheer you on because you're in the middle of the mountain and the woods. So, but other than that, I enjoyed it a lot. They provided snacks. They provided chips, cookies, a sandwich, banana, alkaline water, and and the menu was pretty cool. The 50 on it, and also the goodie package that you got. So this was the t-shirts. There's Vancouver BMO, and they gave you a bag, and then you got some free gloves to run because it was kind of cold in the morning. I was about in the 50 degrees Fahrenheit. I think it was in the 40s in the morning, and they increased to 50 throughout. So that was it, along with the medal, which I don't have with me right now, but it's just a big 50 around it because it was the 50th anniversary. So yeah, so that's my race recap, my thoughts. Great race. I would recommend anybody who's a marathon runner and likes to travel to these marathons to at least try Vancouver once. My next marathon will be the Snoqualmie one. Do that one yearly here in Seattle because it's completely flat and is actually descending a little bit. So this is the time where I actually push myself and gonna try to see if I can qualify for Boston and New York. Hopefully I can get close to 3 hours and continue to progress, but I know that it's not linear, so it'll be fine if I finish around the same time as Vancouver. But these marathons are just to have fun, just to push myself, just to see how committed I am to this training and to achieve goals. And I'm all about achieving new goals and trying new hobbies. And as a software engineer and then taking graduate courses and marathon training, it's challenging, but I enjoy it so much. So that's my recap. And look out for my more videos I'll be posting for my next marathon. Like I said, Snoqualmie is in end of June, so I'll be starting my training soon, but I'm going to take about 2-3 weeks off before I start again. I'm in pretty good shape right now, so I don't have to do a long training session, but I still have to have one to increase my mileage and get my body ready for the pounding that it will take. So thanks again for watching, everyone. Peace.